guys, welcome to your yoga workout. So this is a workout that you can do on your day of rest or that you can add into any other day. So we'll keep it to about 30 minutes and just take you through some gentle stretches. So if you're new to yoga, just do the best you can, follow along with my cues. Most importantly though, stay breathing. Yoga is all about keeping a steady breath in through the nose and out through the nose, okay? So let's get started. Come to the top of your yoga mat. You're gonna start with your big toes together, heels slightly apart, arms down to the sides, gaze straight forward, and then bring your hands to heart center. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the nose. And if you're a music person, you might think of your breath as 4-4 times. So in through the nose for 4 counts and out for 4 counts. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, swan dive forward, arms out to the side, leading with the chest. And then come to a forward fold. Relax the back of the neck. You might even bend one knee and then the other. Slowly warming up the backs of the legs. Soft bend in the right knee. Bring your right hand to the ground or maybe support it on your thigh. And as you inhale, reach the left arm high. So find your place. If you happen to have a yoga block at home, you can even place that block underneath your right hand. Exhale, release. Take it to the other side. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Soft bend in that left knee. Again, same cues. Maybe you have a yoga block or maybe you bring that left hand up to your thigh. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look out to the horizon. And as you exhale, plant the hands down, step or jump the feet back, lower through a chaturanga push-up. You can modify by bringing the knees to the ground, elbows are into the sides. Inhale, lift the chest and come up, either cobra or upward facing dog. We'll hold here an extra breath. So cobra, your knees and thighs stay on the ground. For upward facing dog, you lift the knees up. From here, exhale, lift the hips, tuck the toes, and find yourself in a downward facing dog. We'll hold here a couple of breaths, trying to draw a straight line from the fingertips all the way up through the tailbone. Feet are hip width distance apart, fingers are spread wide, pressing weight into all 10 fingertips. You might even bend the knees slightly. Deep inhale. Exhale, walk or jump the feet forward towards the hand. Lengthen the spine, look out to the horizon. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach the arms and gaze high to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, reach the arms and gaze up. Exhale, swan dive forward, leading with the chest. Come to a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look out to the horizon. Exhale, plant the hands down, step or jump the feet back, lower chaturanga. Maybe the knees drop down, maybe not. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Hold here. Again, reaching that tailbone high, trying to ground the heels into the earth. Feeling a nice stretch through the backs of the legs. Keeping the breath steady. Inhale, reach the right leg high, point the toe, and then bend the knee and open that hip. Swing the right leg back through center, all the way up toward the hands, and then spiral the left heel down and rise up into warrior one. Traditionally, palms are pressing together and the gaze is lifted, but if that bothers your neck, you can keep the gaze straight forward. You can even bring your hands to heart center if that feels better. Wherever you are, bending that front right knee, both hip bones squared toward the front of the mat. Deep inhale, and as you exhale, open up to warrior two. So that left leg stays straight, the right leg is bent, gazes over the right hand. The arms are at a T, eventually trying to get that right knee down to a 90-degree angle. Reverse warrior, drop the left arm down, reach the right arm overhead, keeping the legs exactly as they are. Hold here, stretching through the side body. Inhale, exhale, bring the right arm down to the thigh and reach the left arm overhead. Extended side angle pose, gaze is lifted. Trying to draw a straight line from the fingertips all the way down to that left foot. From here, come back up to warrior one and then bring your hands to heart center. Drop the left knee down to the ground. Hook the left elbow on the outside of the right knee and take a gentle twist. If that feels okay, you might even extend that back leg up. Exhale, release both hands down to the ground. Drop the left knee down, untuck the toe, and press the hips forward. Getting a nice stretch in the front of that left hip. Watching the right knee that it doesn't extend beyond the toes. If it feels okay, you might even interlace the fingers and bring them to the top of the thigh. Keep pressing the hips forward. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, shift the weight back, extending that right leg straight. Keep the hips high and slowly fold over the right leg. That might mean bending a couple of inches. Maybe you go a little bit deeper into the pose. Inhale, rise up. Bend that right leg again and bring both hands to the inside of the right foot, lizard pose. So here you might stay on your hands. Maybe you drop down to your forearms. Find your place. Inhale, rise up. Plant your hands on either side of that right foot. Tuck your left toe and step your right foot back to meet your left. Lower, halfway down chaturanga, maybe taking it on your knees. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Hold here. Building strength in the core and in the shoulders, drop the forearms down. Dolphin pose. Hold here in dolphin pose. Gaze is right in between the elbows. Tailbone is reaching high, getting a nice stretch in the shoulders, building the strength. Press the palms into the earth. Lift the elbows back up to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky, point through the toe, and then bend the knee and open the hip. And you might even gaze out underneath that left arm. Beautiful. Swing that left leg through center, coming all the way up between the hands. Spiral the right heel down to the ground. And inhale, rise up to warrior one, feeling strong. Again, traditionally, palms are pressing together and gaze is lifted. But if that bothers your neck, maybe the gaze is forward and maybe your hands are at heart center. Squaring the hip bones to the front of the mat. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, open up to warrior two. Right leg is straight, left leg is bent. Shoulders are stacked right on top of the hips. Gaze is over that left hand. Stay breathing. Keep the legs exactly where they are. Drop the right hand down to the leg and inhale the left arm overhead. Deep inhale. Exhale, transition. Bring the left arm down to the thigh. Reach the right arm overhead. trying to draw a nice straight line from that right hand to the right foot. Inhale, come up to warrior one, and then drop that back knee down to the ground. Bring the hands to heart center. Hook the right elbow on the outside of the left knee, gentle twist, and maybe stay here or lift that back leg up, taking it a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, release, bring hands down to the ground, drop that right knee down to the ground if it isn't already there, and then press the hips forward, coming into a low lunge, getting a nice stretch right in that right hip. If it feels okay, you might even advance it a little bit more by interlacing the fingers and bringing them to the top of the thigh. Again, keeping the breath steady. In through the nose, out through the nose. Deep inhale. Exhale to transition, straighten that front leg, shift the weight back. Left leg is straight, foot is flexed, folding forward, getting into the hamstring, back of the leg. And maybe you bend a little bit deeper. Wherever you are though, keep the spine nice and straight. Inhale, exhale to transition, bending that front leg forward. Bring both hands to the inside of that left foot, lizard pose. So again, you might stay on your hands. Maybe you drop down to your forearms, taking it a little bit deeper depending on how your hips are feeling today. Inhale, rise up. Plant hands on either side of the foot, tuck the back right toe, and then step the left foot back to meet the right, coming into a high plank position. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose with the knees down. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Again here, feet are hip width distance apart. Tailbone reaches high. Pressing into all 10 fingertips to find support and stability. Dolphin pose, dropping the forearms down to the ground again, building strength in the shoulders and in the core. And then dropping the knees down to the mat, toes come together, sink the hips back, child's pose. Forehead comes down to the ground. From here, thread the right arm underneath the left, and then walk the left hand toward the right side of the mat. Exhale, release. Take it to the other side. Right arm out in front, and then thread the left arm underneath. Come back to center, plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. From here, walk the hands back towards the feet, folding forward, relax the back of the neck. And then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Tucking the chin. Inhale, reach the arms up. Gaze is straight in front. And then come onto the tippy toes, balancing. And walk to the top of the mat. Keep the feet about hip width distance apart. Drop the heels down, bring hands to heart center, and sink the hips back. Coming into a modified chair pose. Keeping hands at heart center. Inhale, rise up. Shift weight into the left leg and lift the right leg into a tree pose. So that might mean the right toe stays on the ground. It might mean that that right foot presses against the shin, or maybe that right foot comes all the way up to the inner thigh. Find your place. Once you're there, your hands might stay at heart center, or maybe they lift overhead. Exhale, release that right foot down, and then taking it on the other side. So shift weight into the right foot. Again, find your balance. That might mean the left toe stays on the ground for tree pose, or maybe that left foot goes to the shin, or comes all the way up to the thigh. And release. Big toes come together, sinking the hips all the way back into a chair pose again. This time, hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee, gentle twist, trying to line the thumbs up with heart center, gaze lifts. Come to center, and then take it the other side. So right elbow on the outside of the left knee, gentle twist, shift the gaze. Come to center. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward and down. Grab opposite elbows here, or maybe you wrap your arms behind the backs of your legs. Release the neck. Release the arms. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands down, step or jump the feet back, lowering into that chaturanga push-up, elbows into the sides. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, bend the knees and walk the feet through, coming to a seated place. Extend the legs straight out in front. Inhale, reach the arms high, and then exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look out. Exhale, fold deeper. Keeping that spine nice and long. Inhale, come all the way up. From here, bend the right leg in towards the chest. You're going to plant the right foot about hand width distance apart from the left leg. Inhale, reach the arms high, and then exhale, fold forward again. So getting into that right hip, left hamstring. Inhale, rise up. From here, drop your right knee out to the side, bring your right arm behind you, and as you inhale, lift the hips up, coming onto the hand and the knee. Little wild thing. Exhale, release the hips down. That right foot is in a seated tree. From here, bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Reach the right arm behind, gaze beyond your shoulder. Come back to center. Keep that right leg in tree pose. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Extend the right leg out in front. Bend the left leg in. Again, bringing that left foot about hand width distance apart from the thigh. Knee pointing towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms reach high, and then exhale, fold forward. So whether you're going forward a couple of inches or maybe your belly button's touching your thigh, one isn't better than the other. You're just stretching to your ability. And through time and practice and effort, eventually you'll gain more and more flexibility. Inhale, rise all the way up. Drop the left knee out to the side, reach the left arm behind you. As you inhale, lift the hips up, coming onto the knee and the foot. Right arm reaches overhead, little wild thing. Exhale, release, come to a seated tree. That left leg is bent. Inhale, arms are high. Exhale, fold forward and down over that right leg. Inhale, come up. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Reach the left arm back and gaze beyond the left shoulder. Come back to center. Extend both legs out in front. One last time, both arms reach high. Exhale, fold forward and down. Relax the back of the neck. Inhale, come up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop open. Lift the chest high. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward. Finding your place. Again, spine is long. That might mean folding forward a couple of inches or maybe taking it a little bit deeper. Wherever you are is good as long as you're breathing. You can sit in child's pose the entire time. And as long as you're breathing, that's yoga. Inhale, come up. Keep the soles of the feet together and then lie onto the back. Let those knees drop open, pressing the small of your back into the mat. Bring the knees together, press the feet into the earth about hip width distance apart, moving through 2 rounds of bridging. So press your shoulders down into the ground, arms are down into the ground, and as you inhale, lift the hips up, coming to a bridge position. You might even interlace your fingers under the back and wiggle your shoulders a little closer together. Hold here for a couple more breaths. Keep lifting the hips. Deep inhale. Exhale, release, drop the hips down. Taking it again, press the shoulders and the arms into the earth. Inhale, lift the hips up. Maybe interlace the fingers under the low back. Keep lifting the hips. Deep inhale. Exhale, release the hips down. Straighten the left leg out and pull the right knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers and pull that knee right in toward the body. Deep inhale. As you exhale, twist the right leg across the body, gently pressing the knee down with your left arm. Extend the right arm out to a T and gaze to the right. Inhale, come to center, and then switch, extending the right leg straight. Bend the left knee into the chest, interlace the fingers, and pull that knee right in toward the body. Deep inhale, and as you exhale, twist that left leg across the body, drop the knee down toward the ground, extend the left arm out like a T, gaze to the left. Come back to center, hug both knees into the chest. Little rocks up and back along the spine. unless you're wearing a mic. And then come all the way up. One last forward fold of class. Inhale, arms reach high. And then exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, come all the way up. And bring your legs into a seated position. Cross-legged or however feels best to you. Palms face up. Close the eyes. And focus on all the things that you have to be grateful for. I call this a gratitude meditation, where you list off anything and everything that you have to be grateful for. And notice how that feels to spend a moment in gratitude. And when you're ready, settling into Shavasana, final resting pose, lying onto the back, letting the feet roll out, the palms face up, closing the eyes, and letting everything relax. And you can stay here as long as you would like. You might spend a minute or 5 minutes. And when you feel ready, you can wake yourself up and get on with the day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Namaste.